All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to Levitate with Tate in the Oracle 8. And I'm going live today. Trying to get used to it. I feel like I can almost like tap into more, at least yesterday. I've only done it once, but yesterday I felt like I could tap into more energy when I was live. So I'm gonna keep trying to do that because also I'm a little low on energy today. So we're actually gonna do a different style. I think I'm gonna do how does this person feel right now? And so we're gonna do three different piles. I was deciding which oracle deck. I think I'm gonna use the we're gonna choose the piles with the Mary Oracle deck. And then I'm gonna use the Gypsy and the Love deck that I just got, and then the Mother Mary round or the Motherpeace round tarot. Okay. All right, so first we're going to come together. I already lit my Jesus candle, two of them. Jesus is my homeboy. He's always teaching the good stuff about love because that's what we are. We're all love. We're all made up of light. We're all electrons and protons. It's all science. Don't get me started. No, but we should be making our way to learning about tarot, starting a tarot. What is tarot on the 10th? I think that's in 2 days. So we're going to start off basically, first video is going to be like the basics of tarot, and then we're going to move into the major arcana and then the minor arcana. And then I start back at school. I only have 2 more classes, and then I'm done with my master's. I'll be a master. No, just kidding. Anyway, okay. All right, so angels, spirit guides, ancestors. Please guide me. Help me pick 3 piles for the people who will find this video on what a specific person or what is between you and a specific person or what a specific person feels about you. So kind of like what the energy is between these 2 people right now. Thank you, Spirit. All right, let's pick 3. Okay, 1, we have Our Lady of Ripening Vine is pile 1. Pile 2 is Our Lady of the New Vision. And pile 3 is Our Lady of the Whispering Heart. All right. So the way I'm going to do this is I don't have any way to put them up on the screen. At least I haven't figured that out. I know that some other people I could probably figure it out eventually. Probably not today though. All right, let's see here. Okay, so pile 1. We'll just go ahead. Start with pile 1, Our Lady of the Ripening Vine. So we'll go ahead and just see what that oracle card is about. And the ripening vine is, I remember some of it, but okay, the oracle brings you a message that you are more ready than you think you are for whatever venture most concerns your heart or whatever is right at your feet. Do not shy away. It is time for harvest. The lady of the ripening vine asks you to surrender your future thinking to her. Although the future contains the promise of great blessings, and do not let this distract you from the blessings that she bestows upon you at this moment. So, to me, what that means, there might be a lot of future faking going on in this relationship. And she's asking you to be present in the moment and to remind you to not I have a horrible time at future faking. Look, I can say exactly what everyone needs to hear or remember, but doesn't mean I know how to. Okay, so for spirit, What is going on between the people? What has the piles persons number one person feel about the pile? All right, let's go. Number one. Okay, we're gonna pull these cards first. Pile number one. Get a better picture. A little scatterbrained, but that's just kind of who I am. You know, I'm like a bird. But birds are very intelligent too. You know what I mean? Um, that's what I was thinking about today is like how my sister and my brother operate. They're engineers and they're like, they think this one way. And it works for my parents to parent these children because their brain works this way. But my brain doesn't work this way. But my brothers and sisters' brain works in such a way that they kind of don't even understand that my brain doesn't work the same way that their brain works, right? And so, like, even though I am not structured and I have those micro habit disciplines of like running marathons every day, you know, I do end up hitting my productivity peaks in ways that they don't because of my ADHD brain. If that makes sense. Hopefully, someone out there gets that. Gets that message. Okay. Whee! Okay. Pile number one, pile number one. We're having fun with pile number one. Oh, all right. I've been like, it's been a weird 2026 already. Let's see. Pile number, okay, that one. Okay, the crone. And the five buttons. Okay, and healing heart. All right. So there might have been, like I was saying, there's a lot of future faking. There, it seems like there needs to be some time to like step into your authenticity, that maybe perhaps um there's been some conflict between you or yourself and this person. But it's time for your heart to begin to forgive. And you're at a crossroads here where your intuition can help lead you down the right path that you need to go. Um, and it's important that you kind of look for symbols that are unique to you. Um, but I think that, there will be new beginnings and even in this relationship, if you want, there has been some. I think a lot of the conflict was like man-made or mythical. Like it's not an actual conflict that you can't resolve. I think that sometimes in modern age and new day to day, we have a tendency to just want to cut things off right away instead of work through them. But that's not how you gain strength. A relationship is kind of like a muscle. And so when you work through conflict, when you're able to actually work through things that instead of just cutting it off, you're able to create a stronger relationship, you know? Okay. So, okay, let's see what's going on between the two of them. So right now I'm doing the Gypsy Witch, and this is when, if you haven't seen me do it before, I'm looking for either you or them, and then we'll see what goes on between the two of you. Okay. Sometimes it's black and white, sometimes it's kind of foggy and gray. But today we will see what the Oracle has for us. Okay, there's your person. Okay. Okay. So they definitely see a sense of beauty. They think you're beautiful, inside and out. There's something like ruggedly beautiful about you, where you have this like natural aura, you know. But there has been a situation where some person has indicated some sort of loss and has shut down. Maybe they felt threatened, and this has like exasperated the issue. And they've been looking for things to get better, and hoping that there would be some success and maybe like a perhaps a new deal that they have reached out to. But they do foresee having like happy family life with you, happy children, or like they think of you as a positive, happy person. If this is platonic, that they could foresee retaining the relationship with you, and that you could help them fulfill their highest hopes. They think you're a very sunny personality, and there's a very fun spot for you inside of them. And if this is a romantic relationship, they see you as a bride. They see you as the potential for the married life. They see you as making a commitment, but they want to make sure that they have everything in place before they make that commitment. So the conflict that you have been dealing with seems to be, it could be it's energy conflict, like I was saying. So um it's kind of like conflict with ourselves, conflict with this mythical I idea. And you need to listen to the inner parts of you that will guide you to overcoming this conflict with this person. And this person really feels that you are someone unique, that you have a lot of experience, and that you can help them with with healing, and that probably the best thing for it is some communication. But there's some warning against rushing things, rushing back into things. This person needs to be in the right mental spot. And if they're not in the right mental spot, there's not much that you can do for that. So, even in the case of like some unlucky events or some situation where you were having the conflict, um, it's time for you to let go of things, in order to grab onto things that will benefit you. So if it's not benefiting you, you need to let go. But this person sees that you could benefit their life. If you see this person can help benefit your life, I think the relationship is worth mending. And there's healing hearts, there's healing vibes on the outskirts of everything. We just need to work through that, just overcoming that initial conflict that seems to be going on. All right, I hope that resonated with somebody for pile one. Pile one, pile one. Okay, that's pile one. Okay. All right. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Oh, you know what? Before we get done with pile one, let me just do one thing here. Angel spirit guides. What is this person feeling about pile one? Well, a little unrealistic about the situation, maybe. And relaxed, unrealistic and relaxed. So yeah, they're definitely kind of trying to figure out that conflict. Like sometimes the way forward isn't necessarily the one that looks like the way forward. And so spirit's really asking you to listen to your intuition in this situation. All right. Clear that energy, please. Angels, spirit guides, ancestors. Ancestors. Okay. All right, we're moving on to pile two, which is Our Lady of the New Vision. Pile two. What does pile two's person think of them? Give me one moment, please. Okay. All right. Hmm. Okay, pile two. This pile two's person think of them? And it really could be anybody, platonic or romantic or okay. Get two for this one. Balance. Maybe this one's sticking right out. Okay. All right. What does pile two's person think of them? It could be anyone. All right. Okay. All right. Now we'll do Gypsy Witch. So, actually, I'll start with Our Lady of the New Vision. So this is pile two. What does pile two's person think of them right now? So the Lady of the New Vision wants you to open your heart and that you may see again and let go of small dreams and become receptive to fresh vision. My eye in your heart sees great beauty. Can you see the new vision emerging? So maybe you have like a new vision coming out of your heart. It's time to dream big and pray boldly with conviction. And the most beautiful vision you can receive will come to life in all service to all. So, Our Lady of the New Vision, if you are aware of a budding vision you are having and if something has been holding you back, perhaps even just thinking too much or shedding doubts, she wants you to shed your doubts and open up your heart. And do not concern yourself with how it can happen. When a vision comes from the heart is an inspiration. It is the Holy Mother whispering to you in imaginary, speaking of what will be. If only you allow her to follow through you so that you may become all that you are destined to be. Okay. So, a new vision. So, maybe there's a new vision of this relationship coming. You have two ladders. That's very interesting. We have two ladders and polish. And so, in order for you guys to perhaps like forge a stronger bond in pile two, you're going to need to polish some things up. And it looks like there's some obstacles or leveling up perhaps in this relationship. There's a new vision in this relationship. And it might have to do with a balance of tradition and, a new way of looking at things. Um, Sorry, my cat is in my tree. Hold on. Poor tree. Saved it from clearance. Sometimes in order to like re-spark something, create harmony again, you know, level up. We have to level up. Oops, I haven't. Father God, please. What does Pile Two's person think of them? We're doing the gypsy now. But there's definitely this feeling of balancing their heart. So they feel like, they're trying to strive for harmony, even amidst some storms that you probably had. And they want to find a balance between giving and receiving. They want to forge, the stronger bonds that I was talking about and create new traditions for the two of you. Um, but they have to re-spark this flame of love. And Right now, they're foreseeing they need your help doing that. But sometimes there's been like big misunderstanding that gets kind of like put a bent in the foundation or the structure of something. But when sometimes we can say things we don't mean. Perhaps this person has said something they don't mean and they want to start fresh, have a new vision of you helping with their success. And they really think that they can balance out any of the past issues that you have had together and start fresh, and that you guys make a really good pair together. Um, and that you make, harmony. Okay, so let's see if we can find you. The Gypsy Witch, you or them. And if you've never done the Gypsy Witch with me before, I find you or them, and then I see what's in between you two. Sometimes it's, you know, really easy to understand. Okay, there's them, the other person. Okay. Mhm. Okay, so they do feel some love and admiration. There's definitely a sign that like they've been hit by Cupid's arrow a little bit. They feel cheerful and gay when they're with you. And but there has been this sense of speculation or loss by something, some sort of obstacle or an enemy that has prevented them from fully being able to express this to you. And it has been, I feel like, kind of distance from you right now. There feels like there was some sort of disaster that has happened, or like there's a sense of missing you or thinking about you. um he has maybe some speculations that aren't necessarily true, but there is this sense of you bring the key to their heart, that you're able to walk the path of life with them. um However, you know there might have been some sort of enemy in a situation, but you guys have overcome that, which has made you stronger, it seems. But the bad news came already. It's already happened. You've overcome this situation. So maybe you feel very strongly that there's like this enemy of this situation, and then there's this loss, and that perhaps you can't necessarily come back from this obstacle. But how this person doesn't feel that way necessarily. This person's very much smitten still, very much feels like that you, even though there was distance, disasters, he doesn't feel like the disasters are like as big of a problem as you do. So perhaps there's this need to balance out what is in your head and what is in your heart, and same with this person, and being able to create new visions for this relationship. But you have to be able to get that out of your mind. You have to be able to speak your plans for the future out into, and be able to communicate that effectively with each other in order to polish a new beginning. All right, I hope that resonated with pile two, my loves, my loves, my loves. Okay, pile two, that's pile two. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and tune in for my little tarot card thingy. Right? Okay, so we're gonna go right on to pile three. All right, pile three is Our Lady of the Whispering Heart. And Our Lady of the Whispering Heart is a tarot or an oracle card that talks about, the little intuitions that God gives, the little inklings that we feel that we should listen to. And eventually, once we start listening to those, we'll be able to, really start listening, hearing them better. You have to be able to start listening to them and responding to them and understanding them for them to get bigger and thicker and easier to understand. Right? So maybe there's something in this heart that's telling them something about this situation, about Pile three. So what is pile three's person? It could be anyone, platonic, romantic. What do they feel about this person in pile three? Whoever is tuning in from across the world, whoever chose pile number three. Pile number three, yeah, yeah. Ooh. All right, thank you, Spirit. Okay, that one. Compromise and surprise, baby. And forgiveness. And release. Okay. So definitely feel, closeness to you, it seems like. But compromise actually makes our relationship stronger. Some people think it's weak. I mentioned that earlier, but it really doesn't. And what is pile number three's person? That's not nothing. Okay, so we have Son of Wands, Six of Cups, the Daughters. I mean, maybe you guys have been fighting a battle and there's time for forgiveness. And so you need to allow for forgiveness to heal the wounds of the heart, because if you can't really move forward in a relationship without that, if there's some sort of wounds of the heart. And so you need to release the burdens of the past to let love life lead them. And you have to learn the art of compromise, which is it's not like you just can do it. If you were never taught compromise, if your parents never showed you compromise. I learned to compromise in college. My parents definitely did not compromise. My dad just does whatever my mom wants. And so surprise. So maybe there will be a sense of surprise. He wants to surprise you with something to keep the freshness alive, because there's definitely a yearning in his heart to like leap into, you know, a sense of like leap into keeping you, I guess, because into persuading you to stay, I guess. There seems like this, they don't want you to start the new beginning. They want to show you that they can kind of like woo you and that they're able and capable of giving you everything that you've dreamed. They know that you're a very capable woman and that you can take care of yourself, or woman or man or whatever you are, and that you're able to do um almost the impossible. But you definitely have this inkling that tells them that there's something very special about you. Oh, there you are. I mean, like you just came right off the bat with the coffin. So maybe perhaps you're feeling like this is like the end of the relationship and that it's time to just celebrate what you had. But I mean, there is this sense that you do see abundance and with this person and that you feel anchored in this person, but there's also a sense of loss. So you're looking towards a message that had happened that kind of like broke your heart, put a crack in your heart. You found a message, but you foresee having children with this person. And maybe there's a third party, and that's not good. And so that's put a real damper in the situation and really has hurt your heart. But this person is your everything. So you go back and forth between wanting to forgive this person or not. So you would have to release that in order to move forward. And so the obstacle has made, you feel like you've been on a really long journey with this person. So you're kind of at like a time where you don't want to rob any more of your time. You're at a crossroads and you don't want to dampen any more time. But this person really does think that, you're capable of anything, that you're resilient, that you're beautiful, and they want to start anew with you, and that you have a fierceness about you that no one else does, and that they really have the highest hopes between the two of you. But the tower moment that came between the two of you is kind of, um, you know, it came with it. It was like a deal breaker almost for you. And so, like, the love has started to wilt a little bit on your side, I think. And so, this this guy feels like an urge to like reel you back in and perhaps even like buy you a house and do anything for love, shoot you with Cupid's arrow because he has Cupid's arrow on his mind. He has the future house with you on his mind and he doesn't want to lose you. And so but you like I said, in order to it's either start a new beginning or you have to release the past. So it seems like this person really thinks of you as Six of Cups. They really think of you as really smart and that you're able to overcome anything and that you put your mind to, and that they really do love you. Um, and they're sorry for anything that was. They want to surprise you. They want to give you a gift. They want to entertain you. They want to take you out on a date. So, and, it's really you need to listen to your heart. The Lady of the Whispering Heart is also asking you to listen to the inklings inside of your heart is whether or not this relationship is healthy for you or not, and whether or not you should move forward in this relationship. So, I really hope that resonated with whoever tuned in for pile three. Thank you very much for tuning in. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And if you want, I do live events and I also do tarot card reading videos that I can, for purchase over the internet if you want to do that. So, yeah, it's all in the description box of either my profile or the live video. It's Levitate with Tate and the Oracle 8. So, anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. One more. I'm gonna just grab it. Emotion. What is pile number three? I forgot to do two. I did one. What does pile number three's person feel about them right now? Right now, what does this person feel? Shy and safe with you. Shy, safe with you. Relaxed, shy and safe with you. Okay. All right. Love you, peeps. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Okay. I can